Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 16 of Java tutorials. In this chapter we are going to discuss the concept Java methods. A Java method is a collection of statements that are grouped together to perform an operation. When you call the system.out.println method, for example, the system actually executes several statements in order to display a message on the console. Now you will learn how to create your own methods with or without return values, invoke a method with or without parameters, and apply method abstraction in the program design. Creating a method. Considering the following example to explain the syntax of a method. Public static int, method name, int a, int b, and the rest is a body. Here, public static is a modifier, int is the return type, method name is the name of the method. A and B are formal parameters. Int A, int B are the list of parameters. Method definition consists of a method header and a method body. The same is shown in the syntax following. Modifier return type, name of method, parameter list, and the rest method body. Modifier, it defines the access type of the method and it is optional to use. Return type, method may return a value. Name of method, this is the method name. The method signature consists of the method name and parameter list. In the example, min function is the method name, as you can see on the screen. Parameter list, the list of parameters, it is the type, order, and number of parameters of a method. These are optional and method may contain 0 parameters. Int n1, int n2 could be parameters. Method body, the method body defines what the method does with the statements. If n1 greater than n2, min equal to n2, else min equal to n1. This is the body section. Method calling. For use of a method, it should be called. There are two ways in which a method is called. That is, method returns a value or returning nothing, no return value. The process of method calling is simple. When a program invokes a method, the program control gets transferred to the call method. This call method then returns control to either in two conditions. When it returns statement is executed, when it reaches the method ending closing brace. The method returning void is considered as call to a statement. Let's consider a simple example. System.out.println is it to javatutorials.com. The method returning value can be understood by the following example. Int result sum 6, 9. An example to demonstrate how to define a method and how to call. Example minimum number. As you can see on the screen, in this example returns the minimum of two numbers. So 11, 6. The minimum is these 6 and the output should be 6. Let us try execute this program. Compile and execute the program. The output is 6. As expected. The void keyword. The void allows us to create methods which do not return a value. Here in the following example, we are considering a void method rank points. This method is a void method which does not return any value. Call to a void method must be a statement, that is, method rank points 255.7. It is a Java statement which ends with a semicolon as shown in the following example. When you execute the example, the output would be rank A1. In this example, the method rank points, that's 255.7, is passed in the method. So the first if statement points greater than 202 is true, as 255 is greater than 202, and the output is rank 1. Passing parameters by value. While working under calling process, arguments is to be passed. These should be in the same order as their respective parameters in the method specification. Parameters can be passed by value or by reference. Passing parameters by value means calling a method with a parameter. Through this, the argument value is passed to the parameter. For example, the following program shows an example of a passing parameter by value. The values of the arguments remain the same even after the method invocation. You can try executing this program to see the desired output. The next topic is method overloading. When a class has two or more methods by the same name but different parameters, it is known as method overloading. It is different from overriding. In overriding, a method has the same name, same method type, and number of parameters, etc. Let us consider the example discussed earlier to finding minimum number of integer type. If let's say we want to find the minimum number of double type, then the concept of overloading will be introduced to create two or more methods with the same name but different parameters. The following example explains this same. Where the minimum value in integer is 6 and in the double is 7.3. Using command line arguments. Sometimes you will want to pass some information into your program when you run it. This is accomplished by passing command line arguments to main function. A command line argument is the information that directly follows the program's name on the command line when it is executed. To assess the command line arguments inside a Java program is quite easy. They are stored as strings in string array passed to main function. You can try the example on the screen. The next concept is constructors. A constructor initializes an object when it is created. It has the same name as its class and is syntactically similar to a method. However, constructors have no explicit return type. Typically, you will see use a constructor to give initial values to the instance variables defined by the class, or to perform any other startup procedures required to create a fully formed object. All classes have constructors, where you define one or not, because Java automatically provides a default constructor that initializes all member variables to 0. However, once you define your own constructor, the default constructor is no longer used. In the example, you see uses a constructor without parameters. You will have to call constructor to initialize objects as follows. In the my class, we have int x, my class x equal to 10, which is a constructor, and my class t1 new my class my class T2, also new my class system.out.println T1.x and T2.x returns 10 values both. Parameterized constructors. Most often you will need a constructor that accepts one or more parameters. Parameters are added to a constructor in the same way that they are added to a method. Just declare them inside the parentheses after the constructor's name. Here is a simple example that uses a constructor with a parameter. Constructor my class int I x equals I. You will need to call the constructor to initialize objects as follows. My class T1 new my class 10 where we pass the value 10 as a parameter to x, and when we print T1.x, as x holds the value 10 which we passed, the output is 10. Next topic is this keyword. This is a keyword in Java which is used as a reference to the object of the current class within an instance or a constructor. Using this, you can refer the members of a class such as constructors, variables, and methods. Note, the keyword this is used only within instance, methods, or constructors. In general, the keyword this is used to differentiate the instance variables from local variables if they have same names within a constructor or a method. In the example, int age, student age, this dot age equals age. The next topic is variable arguments, VAR-ARGS. JDK 1.5 enables you to pass a variable number of arguments of the same type of a method. The parameter in the method is declared as follows: type name, parameter name. In the method declaration, you specify the followed by ellipsis dot dot dot. Only one variable length parameter may be specified in a method, and this parameter must be the last parameter. Any regular parameters must precede it. The example of variable arguments is public class VAR-ARGS demo. Call the method variable args, print max new double, print static void, print max double numbers. Here is where we use the variable arguments double dot 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 space numbers, and the maximum value is printed as 5.6 in the output. The finalize method. It is possible to define a method that will be called just before an object's final instruction by the garbage collector. This method is called finalize, and it can be used to ensure that an object terminates cleanly. The finalize method has this general form: protected void finalize. Here the keyword protected is a specifier that prevents access to finalize by code defined outside its class. This means that you cannot know when or even if finalize will be executed. For example, if your program ends before garbage collection occurs, finalize will not execute. That's the end of the session. We hope you enjoyed our tutorial on Java. We'll get back with more tutorials in Java. Until then, have a great day. Thank you.